Bitcoin to $190,000 in the next 12 months, and Dogecoin 300x to $1. We'll talk about that and more on today's video, so keep watching. Hey, welcome to BlockRoots. I am Josh, and on behalf of my co-founder, Karen Clark, we just want to say welcome to the channel if you've never been here before. And if you're coming back, again, always welcome. If you've not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure to do that below. It's super easy. Just click the red subscribe button below and you'll get instant notifications each and every week when we put out a video. And the cool thing about being a subscriber is if you engage and comment on our videos, we'll automatically put you in a $100 giveaway for Bitcoin each and every week. So go ahead and click subscribe also to make sure that you comment or engage below, and we will put you in that $100 giveaway for Bitcoin. Now, as far as non-sensational technical analysis, if you're into that, you're in the right place. Nothing is financial advice. We're going to go ahead and talk about Chainlink. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tezos, and a few other things. Even before we do that, if you have not yet checked out Unstoppable Domains, you need to do that right now. Now, with Unstoppable Domains, I did create a video a few months ago about the .crypto domains that they created that you could actually use as your wallet address with a lot of different wallets that you can actually see on their website. Now, the cool thing about this is it's literally the most practical, everyday use for blockchain tech today that I've seen. And so the good thing about having a .crypto domain name is that you can not only just use it for your address. Of course, if you want to send me right now Bitcoin or Ethereum to BlockRoots.crypto, I don't have to send you some long public address that you have to remember or copy and paste. I can just say, hey, just send me 10 Ethereum, or just send me a Bitcoin, or send me $10 worth of Bitcoin to BlockRoots.crypto, and I can actually get that with the attached wallet that I have along with my .crypto name. Now, that's super cool and super easy, but you can also now create decentralized domains, decentralized blogs, and then today they even created decentralized chat feature for .crypto names. So while I won't talk about the decentralized websites that you can see on their on the actual Unstoppable Domains website that you can see right here, different examples, I'm going to talk about decentralized chat feature, which of course they like to term Unstoppable Chat. Now, why is decentralized chat good? Well, primarily due to privacy issues, right? So when you use all major platforms for social media, such as Facebook Messenger, Twitter, all your messages are actually kept on their servers. They control your message. They control your messages. It can be viewed by the government or anybody else. It can be hacked, and of course, other people can see that and steal those messages. But now with decentralized messaging, you don't have to worry about that. So now with DChat, you can actually have peer-to-peer chat that's fully encrypted, which means it's safe, it's decentralized, and it's stored on your own server, so it's private. And so you can use that using your dchat.crypto name over on Unstoppable. Now, I'll show you how it looks. Now, the first thing that you have to do anyway is get a .crypto name, and it's super easy. Just go over to Unstoppable. I'll put our link below. So our link that you can, easy to remember, is unstoppabledomains.io. You can go ahead and put that .io into your browser, or you can also find our affiliate link below if you want to use that. But go on over to Unstoppable and type in whatever domain that you're looking for and see if it's available. Now, after you do that, you're going to want to connect that .crypto name into a wallet such as MetaMask, and they're going to have all the instructions on their website, so make sure that you do that and connect it to that. After that, you can actually log into the chat feature. You just go over to their chat portion of their website, type in your name, and then it has the .crypto or .eth, whatever one that you end up buying, connect it with the Web3, and you'll actually be able to get into the DChat. Now, once you're in DChat, it's pretty cool. It looks a lot like Slack. You're going to notice that you can search different users online. You have different contacts that can add you or that you've talked to before. You can have channels. So again, if I want to have a market update and actually invite people like yourself, Bitcoin is still holding 9,200, right? I can do that, or even have announcements. And so it's a really cool, very nice chat feature, which is very similar to Slack. Now, I can go to one of my contacts and you'll actually see that I can have conversation. Hey, Josh. And as you see here, I can also send them crypto as well. So I just go over here and just copy their address for their Ethereum or Bitcoin. And then from there, I can actually put it in the wallet, and it's that easy. Or of course, you can use their .crypto name if they have that easily integrated into a wallet. But again, you can use this for business or for personal. And I do feel like this is going to be the future of chat. It's decentralized, it's encrypted, and it's safe, and it's on your terms. So you don't have to worry about different companies selling your data or your privacy messages. So with that said, go ahead and go to Unstoppable Domains, check it out, check out the chat. I encourage you to get a .crypto name if you don't have one already. And I think that you're going to really like these new features that Unstoppable seems to be coming out with more and more every few months. So that's really cool. Thanks to Unstoppable Domains. Now, what is next is that the big news that I mentioned at the beginning of the video is that there have been some tweets about $190,000 Bitcoin when the S&P 500 actually hits 4,000. Of course, this comes from no other than Plan B, the creator of Stock to Flow for Bitcoin. And so he says S&P $4,000, that makes Bitcoin the equation, and then $190,000 due to S&P 500 BTC coin integration. I'm not going to sit here, and of course you can watch this video where they talk about the S&P 500 hitting 4,000. But my response is this, is that on February 19th, the S&P 500 was at all-time high at $3,400, right? At that time, Bitcoin was near 10,100. So the S&P at $4,000 from here currently is only a 28% gain, while Bitcoin at 190,000 means that it's a gain of 1,950% from here. That's a 69% increase for Bitcoin for every 1% increase for the S&P 500. And I said, with all respect, I do find that hard to believe. So again, meaning that for every 1% that the stock market goes up, it means that Bitcoin goes up 69%, which is really phenomenal, right? It's really hard to believe. Now, Plan B did respond and said, exactly the last 10 years. And of course, he shows his chart of stock to flow, which shows that Bitcoin had a nice rally compared to the S&P 500. But then I also said, look, at the same time, over the past few months, the S&P 500 gained over 47%, while Bitcoin gained 190%. That's a 4% increase for Bitcoin for every 1% increase for the S&P 500. So basically what I'm saying is that after the big black swan dip, the crash right to 3,000, the crash for the S&P 500, for every 1% that the S&P went up recently over the past few months, Bitcoin went up 4%, right? So for me, I can't really see that 4% gain for every 1% change to 69% gain for Bitcoin for every 1% S&P 500. So you guys will have to let me know your thoughts below if you think Bitcoin can hit $190,000 and hit 69% gain for every 1% gain that the stock market has. Again, for the next 12 months, it seems like an impossible feat, as returns have actually decreased with each peak of Bitcoin, meaning that each time Bitcoin peaks out, like the previous peak was at $20,000, there was actually less returns from that local bottom or the recent bottom to that peak high than the previous cycle. And each cycle is getting less and less returns. And I don't see why that's going to just all of a sudden change. And so with that said, if I was a betting person, I would say that the next peak high would be 60 to 80K tops. And again, that's really good. You're looking at 6 to 8X from here. But I don't think that it's going to hit 190,000, but I would welcome it, considering I do own some Bitcoin. But the funny thing is that Bitcoin isn't the only crypto with big price speculation right now. Dogecoin has recently went viral over on TikTok. And so as you can see here underneath my post, I posted where you can actually see where a video that told users to buy up to $25 in Doge that would net around $10,000 if the entire TikTok community bought Dogecoin.
Let's all get rich. Dogecoin is practically worthless. There are 800 million TikTok users. Invest just $25. Once the stock hits $1, you'll have 10 grand. He says, tell everyone you know.
So now before you go out and you buy Dogecoin, just know that the all-time high was just over 2 cents back in 2017. And so meaning that Doge would have to hit roughly over a 300x to hit over $1. So that's a pretty big feat for Dogecoin. I even went on to joke about it with a tweet saying, hey, TikTok users can pump Doge to $1, but I'll probably take profits around 2 cents. What can I say? I'm risk averse and I won't complain about 600 gains from current value. Doge has been in about a year-long range, 20 sats to 30 sats, which is really nice. It has already slightly pumped here. I don't think it's going to hit $1, but I do believe that even if it hits recent highs, that will be a good profit return for anybody who's holding a bag of Dogecoin. Now, another tweet that I put out was talking about Ethereum, which I recently joked, even though a lot of people took me serious and got triggered off this, as I said, you know, buying Ethereum under $300 is like buying Ethereum under $300 a few years back, of course, before the big all-time high there, and of course it's crashed down and has been ranging ever since. So, you know, meaning that that's really that all I meant is that buying it under 300 is like buying it under 300, right? A lot of people have joked that buying Ethereum under $300 is like buying Bitcoin under $1,000, which I don't necessarily agree with. But with that said, if you do look at the Ethereum chart overall, it has been in this nice range. And if you notice here that there is some inefficiency, some big gaps here in between the next resistance levels. So I do believe that once Ethereum does break around 306 on the daily chart or higher time frame charts, I do believe that it's going to have room to move really quickly over $400 and over $500. Doesn't mean that it will, and doesn't mean that Ethereum won't pull back. If Bitcoin chooses to pull back here, Ethereum could go back down in the $100 ranges very easily. So just keep an eye on that. But I do believe if you're bullish long-term on Ethereum, just know that after it reaches over $300, I do believe that it will take off a little bit faster than what it has during this current range. And speaking of Bitcoin, really what we're waiting on, still the same chart, right, is that Bitcoin is in the mid-range current support in this big range from 10K all the way to 8,500. And the next feet is still going back above $9,700 and closing there, of course, to hit a higher high. Now, prices on the lower time frames, if you do look and go down, need to stay above this red line here, which is 91.95. I believe that as long as a 4-hour chart stays above that we won't continue to go on back down and retest this $8,900 level. But once we hit $8,900, if we test that again, that will be roughly the third time or fourth time that we hit that. I do believe that this time it will break, and it will break down to $8,500. So for me, keeping above 91.95 is really important because I believe that will not only fall down to 8,900, but that will also fall down to around 8,500. And I would be looking to short if there's a 4-hour close around underneath, you know, around 9,100 or so. And just know too, any break above 10K, and I still believe that it's going to move up pretty rapidly, you know, in range at least in between 10,000 to 13,000 for a good amount of time. So again, we do want to see 9,700 break. We do want to see 10,000 break. And if that does break, then that would be a bullish sign for Bitcoin, at least in the short term. And speaking of bullishness, don't forget about Chainlink. Link here, right? It has hit new all-time highs. And so we're currently in price discovery with Chainlink. And if you're really bullish on Link, if you're looking to get into this in, you know, short or low leverage, Phemex is a great place to go. So whether you're looking to go long with Link or if you're looking to short this overextended move with Chainlink, just check out Phemex.trade. Again, we're partners with Phemex. They're great. There's very few places where you could trade on leverage with Chainlink, and is also Tezos, which I'll talk about shortly. So if you're looking to short Link, check out Phemex.trade. Again, shorting allows you to make money while the price goes down instead of actually holding the asset. And two, as I mentioned, Tezos is another one to watch out for. You really want to watch Tezos. It has went up around 10% over in the past day or so. You can see on the chart on Phemex. But the good thing about Tezos is that it followed Chainlink quite quite well over the past 6 months, that every time Link hit a new high, it seemed that Tezos seemed to follow. So I do believe that Tezos has some room to run right here. We're at 256 right now. The all-time high is over $3. I do believe that Tezos will eventually hit that. So if you're looking to long it, again, Phemex.trade, if you're looking to spot buy it as well, that's an asset that I feel like it's not necessarily going to dip back below under 223 unless Bitcoin does have a big falling out here and goes below 8,500 that I talked about a minute ago. So do keep an eye out on Tezos. Take a look at Chainlink as well. Again, Ethereum under $300, hopefully long term is going to be a good buy. And of course, with Dogecoin, we'll see if those TikTokers can actually pump it up to over $1. But with that said, as always, it's great to have you. This is the market update for today. We'll be back this week with more videos and that $100 giveaway for Bitcoin. If you've not yet subscribed, do so below. Click the red button as well as leave a comment and engage with the video today. If you do like the video, please make sure to share it with your friends and your family or whoever else is into crypto that you know. We work hard to give non-sensational technical analysis, but also like to have a lot of fun with this too, as you can tell. So with that said, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon. Make sure to trade effectively, and thanks again for watching.